A very good morning to you on this Tuesday morning. I'm Shanali from Behind Me International Media and you're watching our morning bulletin. Well, on the first day of US President Donald Trump's second term, Canada avoided the steep tariffs that he had threatened, but officials here are remaining cautious. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly told reporters that while the news is positive, Canada will continue preparing for potential trade actions. Joly said that Canada first learned about the tariff delay through the Wall Street Journal and noted that there's still a lot of uncertainty as the U.S. administration transitions. Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc urged caution, saying that it's too soon to call the situation a reprieve and emphasized that Canada must be ready for all scenarios. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also gave a brief response when asked about the tariffs, saying, quote, "For now," in French. Ambassador in the U.S. Kirsten Hillman also expressed caution and optimism, but Ontario Premier Doug Ford warned that a trade war might be on the horizon. If tariffs are imposed, Canada is prepared to retaliate with a plan to target $37 billion worth of U.S. goods. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump suggested that he could still hit Canada with tariffs as early as next month. When asked about tariffs on his return to the Oval Office on Monday night, Trump repeated concerns about the borders with both Canada and Mexico and mused about slapping tariffs on both countries on the 1st of February. Well, for now, Canada officials continue to monitor the situation closely. Now, since we're talking on the topic of Trump, in bold new vision for America, President Donald Trump has outlined sweeping plans to secure borders, boost the economy, and restore national pride. Trump promises to end President Biden's immigration policies, including the catch-and-release system, while reinstating Remain in Mexico and cracking down on sanctuary cities. The president also vows to deploy the National Guard to assist with border security, designate violent cartels as terrorist organizations, and seek the death penalty for criminals who harm Americans. On energy, Trump aims to unleash American power by reversing Biden's climate policies, ending costly regulations, and withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord. He also plans to cut energy costs and support U.S. energy dominance. In Washington, Trump is set to tackle the bureaucracy, freezing unnecessary hiring and reducing radical regulations. He also promises to fight government overreach, protect free speech, and prioritize an America First foreign policy. Finally, Trump pledges to restore American values by reinforcing biological gender distinctions and honoring our nation's history in public landmarks. This is Trump's vision for a stronger, safer, and more affordable America. Well, in Toronto now, TTC riders may face more disruptions in 2025 as the transit agency has announced a significant increase in planned closures. The new schedule includes a 54% rise in weekend subway closures and a 30% increase in early closures. The TTC is also considering starting early closures at 10 p.m. instead of 11, expanding closures areas, and even multi-day closures, though those plans won't be finalized until later this year. In 2024, Line 1 and 12 weekend closures and Line 2 had 13. This year, Line 1 will see 16.5 weekend closures, while Line 2 will face 22. The streetcar network will also see 24 full diversions. While these closures are necessary for repairs and modernization, the TTC acknowledges that they will impact riders, particularly families and those with disabilities. Shuttle buses will replace subway services, but they can't match the capacity of regular trains. These disruptions are part of efforts to prepare the system for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, but they come with a hefty cost of $35,000 per day closures and $250,000 for a full weekend closure. The TTC says that it's doing its best to minimize disruptions, but riders will need to plan ahead for more frequent closures in 2025. Now, crossing over to Sri Lankan news, Sri Lankan President Anurukumara Dissanayaka has outlined plans for a visit to the Middle East in February to strengthen the country's energy and economic sectors. The president revealed plans for an oil refinery project with India aimed at refining and exporting petroleum globally. He also discussed a deal to buy electricity from the Sampur power plant at a reduced rate of 5.97 USD per unit. On fuel prices, the president acknowledged a reduction in diesel but explained further cuts aren't possible due to a 900 billion rupees debt. He also mentioned ongoing infrastructure projects with China, including a conference hall in Colombo and an oil refinery in Hambantota. Finally, President Dissanayake reassured the public that the legal action on corruption cases is progressing, with several cases expected to conclude by the end of January. And finally, here's your weather news for today. Well, health units across northwestern Ontario has issued extreme cold weather alerts with dangerously cold temperatures expected to continue through tomorrow. Londoners woke up to a minus 13 degrees Celsius in the morning, but with the wind, it felt more like minus 26 degrees Celsius. Environment Canada is warning that conditions will be even colder than in recent years, with frostbite capable of developing in just minutes on exposed skin. The cold will persist, with wind chills making it feel like minus 25 in the morning and minus 30 by afternoon. A risk of frostbite is high and people are urged to stay indoors whenever possible. On Wednesday, temperatures will only rise slightly with a low of minus 12 degrees Celsius. The frigid weather is expected to stick around for the next few days. The National Weather Agency says that Toronto will see the daytime high rise to just minus 12 degrees Celsius today and minus 9 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. In parts of northern Ontario, including North Bay and Sudbury, the mercury has plunged to around minus 30 degrees Celsius. If you must go outside, dress in layers of loose-fitting clothing and cover all exposed skin. Health officials are reminding people that frostbite can occur quickly in such extreme cold, and symptoms including white or waxy skin that feels numb. Hypothermia symptoms include shivering, confusion, and slurred speech. So stay safe, Canada. Winters are harsh this time. And that's your news for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with Behind Me International Media for more.